This morning on our continuing series, Forever Young, A Guide to Life After 50, Living Wills. Deciding what type of end-of-life care you want can be difficult, but not making those decisions can leave loved ones in a very difficult situation. A user-friendly living will called 5 Wishes was introduced in Florida last year. It proved enormously popular. Now, a version of 5 Wishes has been created, which, when completed and signed, is legally binding in 33 states and the District of Columbia. Jim Towey is president and founder of Aging with Dignity, the group behind 5 Wishes. Jim, good to see you. Welcome back.
Thanks, Matt.
I say user-friendly, but in real terms, why is this living will different from others?
Well, it's not only easy to use and understand, it's in regular English, but it's also a document that talks to all of the needs a person has when they look at the last days of their life. It talks about spiritual, emotional, and personal needs, and that's why.
The Florida version of this, as I said, you were on the show. I mean, it was hugely popular. You got calls from all over the country. How difficult was it to adapt this so that it would be legal in other states, and why isn't it legal in all states?
Well, the difficulty in adapting it to all 50 states is that 17 states require you to use state forms, and they're written in language that most people don't understand. That's why most Americans don't even fill out living wills. For us, it's been magical to see what happened in Florida when First Lady Childs introduced this a year ago. We came on this show, and it has been wonderful to see the interest we've aroused.
Let's talk about some of the wishes here, and the first one is this. The person I want to make health care decisions for me when I can't make them for myself. Why is that important?
Well, you have to designate someone to speak for you and that knows what you want. That's why it's important to talk about your 5 wishes. But if you don't designate someone, a lot of times if there's any doubt about what you wanted, it's going to be up to doctors and hospitals, and I think a lot of people would rather have the say in how they want to be treated.
And the form allows you to pick an alternate in the case of the person you choosing passing away.
That's right. And I think that allows, for the example, if the person's not there or readily available.
Let's look at the next wish. The kind of medical treatment I want or don't want. Now, this lists a lot of different scenarios that are very important to think about.
We had some of the nation's experts in end-of-life care help us draft this that made it easy to understand and also usable in a hospital or nursing home setting. And I think it allows people to say, hey, I don't want my dying process artificially prolonged, and it says, here's what I want and don't want.
It talks about if there's brain damage, if you're in a coma, if you're close to death, so your family members don't have to guess as to your desires.
Not only not have to guess, Matt, they also don't feel that guilt of saying, gee, I wished I had been there for my mother or father and done what they wanted. Why didn't we talk about this?
Here we get into a slightly different area. The next wish is my wish for how comfortable I want to be. What's involved here?
It allows a person to describe a vision of a peaceful death where they can find meaning as they approach the end of their lives. So it says, I don't want to be in pain, and I want to be accompanied on my journey with someone around me. And so it allows you to kind of do, for dying, what's happened with birthing, where people, where women said, I want a setting of my choosing, not the doctor's.
But on the subject of pain, it says, look, I want medication even if it makes me drowsy and possibly not as alert as I might otherwise be.
That's right. Just, you know, I want my pain managed. The Robert Wood Johnson Foundation studied hospitals and care at the end of life and found a lot of people's pain isn't managed.
Wish number 4, my wish for how I want people to treat me.
Right. This gets to dignity, the God-given dignity that people have, and it says, you know, I want someone by my bedside praying, or I want someone holding my hand or reading to me. It's an opportunity to create a setting and a vision for how you spend the last season of your life that upholds your human dignity.
And the last wish, something I don't think I've ever seen in a living will before, it is my wish for what I want my loved ones to know.
Yeah, this gets into issues of forgiveness and love and how you want to be remembered. You know, a lot of Americans spend time saying, here's who gets a certificate of deposit, here's who gets all my personal belongings, but your memories and what was the meaning of your life. What do you want your children to know or grandchildren? This allows you to say, I forgive you.
Also, funeral wishes.
Yeah, funeral wishes. What do you want in your memorial service? And things that matter to people. Dying's not just a medical moment.
When people receive this form, either by the mail or on the internet, and they fill it out and sign it, what happens next?
They have to have 2 witnesses with them when they sign it. Then they should put the wallet card that's in the document in their wallet. And then they need to talk to their doctor and their loved ones and their healthcare agent and say, here's what I want and don't want. And have a few copies of these available for that time if you need it.
It's a great idea. Jim Towey, thanks very much.
Thank you, Matt.
By the way, if you would like to receive a copy of 5 Wishes, you can send $4 for postage and handling to P.O. Box 1661, Tallahassee, Florida, 32302-1661. Or you can find it in our website at today.msnbc.com. We're back in a moment. This is Today on NBC.